very non-invasive. It's a combination of talk and touch, and I call it STAR therapy, and it stands for Spiritual, Transformational, Affirmative, Resonance Therapy, which sounds very complicated, but it isn't.
Now, what kind of people would you work on? I mean, like, what is the injury? Is this a mental thing?
Yeah, it's usually people who are suffering from stress-related illness that have physical symptoms from depression, either headaches, neck pain, physical body pain that's caused by negative thinking. Because there are a lot of symptoms, and very often there's a tie-in with the TMJ problem. A lot of people who are depressed tend to clench and grind their teeth, and it's called bruxism. And the TMJ is considered what's called a master joint in the body, and a master joint controls not only your head, which is important enough, it controls the movement of your jaw, but it controls how your whole body feels. It's the reason why a lot of football players and weightlifters wear a special appliance to keep their jaws open a certain amount. It adds to their strength. It seems that if your jaw is out of alignment, it weakens you. And so people who are very stressed, and that's why I'm on the board of the Scoopy Association for Spirituality and Psychotherapy, because I teach psychotherapists what physical symptoms to look for in people that they're treating who are depressed that may be overlooked. There are a lot of symptoms that physicians and psychiatrists and psychotherapists overlook in treating people, because if people are getting migraine headaches, they don't relate it to the TMJ. They don't know that all those things are connected. You can have ringing in the ears, dizziness, lightheadedness. There's a million symptoms that you would never think. Even something simple like if you wake up in the morning and your neck hurts or your shoulders hurt and you feel stiff and achy. People, it's a funny thing, but people use the information available to them to make sense of whatever's happening. If you wake up in the morning and your neck hurts, you probably tell yourself, oh, my pillow's no good, my mattress is no good, I slept in a funny position. You can't say to yourself, you know what, my splenius capitis muscles are sore, it must be my temporomandibular joint, because you don't have that information on your hard drive. You're not in touch with it.
But here's what I don't understand. How does spirituality tie in with this?
Because there's a concept that every problem that you face has a spiritual solution. Wayne Dyer, actually, I think, wrote a book on that called Every Problem Has a Spiritual Solution, and it's true. Most of our problems that we face have to do with our thinking. Most people are either caught up in their past, thinking about what they should have done or could have done, or they're worrying about the future. And they're losing the moment, which is, that book, The Power of Now, that was so big, about living in the moment so that you don't lose time, People are so caught up in worrying about their past. The idea is that you can't change your past. The only thing you could change is your perspective of your past. And there are certain spiritual principles. And when I talk about that, it's important to separate spirituality from religion, and has nothing to do with it. Because religion can be wonderful, but it separates people by putting you into a category. And automatically other people are outside of your category. And what spirituality asks, all you need to believe is that there is a force greater than yourself that has to do with running your life. When you think it's up to you to make your life go perfectly, when you think that you can micro-manipulate the universe to make certain things happen that you would like to happen in your life, that's where emotional illness comes from, because we start to feel helpless. There are certain things that you just can't manifest. We all know. You try so hard to make something happen, it just doesn't happen. And you can't think to yourself, well, I'm the ultimate victim of the universe. Nothing ever works out for me. You have to understand that it's a message that maybe you're supposed to do something different than that, or something better is supposed to happen for you. And if you got the thing you wanted, you wouldn't be available for the really good thing that's coming to you. Does that make sense?
Well, see, here's the thing, and I'm going to pull back the curtain. I've never talked about this before. I suffer from anxiety and depression. Now, it says that's making me suffer, but it's there on a daily basis.
Well, so first of all, it's nice that you feel comfortable enough to share something like that, because it's not an easy thing to say.